Hey guys, I'm out here in Alki Beach, out here in West Seattle. It is July 1st and the temperature is 64 degrees. It was actually 67 degrees in downtown Seattle, so it's nice. 3 degrees difference. It's a lot cooler out here near the water, which is a nice surprise. So yeah, just got off the bus. Alki is a bit of a stretch, and I was gonna do a whole video on it, but yeah, it's going to be a really long one, so I'm going to try to keep it down to around like 20-30 minutes. But yeah, out here on this side, I'm not going to cover the whole entire thing, which I wanted to, and it's been like a whole entire year since I've been out here basically. And even then, when I did a video, I just wasn't planning on doing a walk. It was actually the first video I did. I took the ferry out here and just cruised around, and I thought I should come out here and do a video. So I wanted to get out here nice and early before it starts cooking, because it's supposed to be like 81 degrees or something like that out here. So I don't want to be messing around with that heat. I don't want to get caught in it. So got out here as early as I could, but I'm going to have to cut this video short. In general anyways. Got a phone call from a friend and they're needing some help moving some stuff. So I'm going to help them out and probably film a portion of Alki. So yeah, this should be fun. And go help a friend with something. But anyways, off of that, yeah, here we are. Okay. So I just passed by a chupacabra. There's actually one out near the zoo, and that was the first one I went to. And last time I was out here a year ago, I actually stopped there too and had a bite, had some tacos. But it's pretty quiet right now. Yeah, because it's still pretty early. But it's gonna get really packed though. That's the thing. It's gonna get really busy. Probably. It is Tuesday, so it might be a little bit more quiet out here. I don't know, as opposed to the weekend, which gets pretty insane. But I can guarantee you though, probably like at least like noon, 1 o'clock, it's going to be a way busier than right now. Places are still opening up, which is kind of what I wanted to do, was beat the crowds. That was also, besides it getting really warm, wanting to get out here and beat the crowds. Yeah, I may have to edit that out, or just turn the volume down. But yeah, it is nice and breezy out here. Blue Moon Burgers. So I've never actually had this place. It's been here for a few years, I can remember. Looks like an old gas station with the three-door garage. It's kind of cool. I don't know if I mentioned the time when I started the video, but it was 10:14 when I started it. Oh well. So this is definitely a nice neighborhood. You can see the water right there. You can see the ferry in the distance over there. You can see Queen Anne up there on the left, kind of with those towers that are like those three needle-looking towers. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to come back here and cut this up and do it in 2 separate parts, maybe even 3. This strip is really long, and I honestly forgot how long it is, because last time I took the ferry here, I started out where all those apartments or condos are at, on that side over there, and I probably got to Chupacabra, where I started this video sort of, and I turned back around to make sure I caught the ferry on time. And even then, there's more to strip too. It's the end of it kind of curves off, and some of the restaurants fall off though, but it's still really nice. So there's rocks and stuff, and people chilling on the rocks and just taking in the sun, hanging out by the water. Yeah, so probably at the 15-minute mark or so, I'll turn back around and jump on the other side, on the beach side, and walk on that side. I don't know, I might even zigzag too. If I get past, or if I get to the point where that, well, you didn't see it but on film, but where the Chupacabras up, there's a place called like Fire Tacos. It was just before that. That's kind of where I was gonna stop off right there and catch the bus and head back downtown. But I might, depending on the time, I might go a little further than that and film some of the restaurants that are on the side that I'm on right now, but head in the opposite direction. So we'll see. Check that out, that's cool. So, a beach house type thing going on. It literally says beach house, that's cool. All right. Can smell that ocean air, Puget Sound. It's nice. Oh crap! You know what? I forgot to like plug in my microphone. So I'm filming with the onboard microphone right now. I'm gonna pause the video here in a second and turn that on. I got it fully charged and everything, and the audio is definitely better. It cuts out some of the wind, and I am like on the beach right now, so there's a bit of a breeze, and I don't want that to compromise the quality of the audio. And yeah, let me one sec here. Yeah, you got some early morning people stretching, and it looked like there was some kind of exercise class or something. There was a lady, and there was with a small group of people. She was doing, all right, last set, and they were stretching, whatever it was. So early birds get the exercise in. It's a good thing. You know, I'm just gonna keep the video going, and I don't want to pause it and have to break this up into two different parts, so I'll probably just edit this out. Okay, it's recording. Sweet. I'm pretty sure that it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. All right, there we go. And if not, then I guess I'll be recording with the onboard audio. Either way, looks like we're good. Let me make sure that's fastened on there correctly. I don't want this thing falling off when I'm walking, right? Okay. Let me just check the levels here. Make sure I'm not peaking. Nah, it's fine. Looks good. I hope it picks up the audio. So that was just for my own preference. That was at approximately like 7 minutes and 56 seconds. Okay, because we're at like 8:38 right now. Okay. Check out this yard. Yeah, there's some nice houses out here. Obviously, some of these are multi-million-dollar homes out in the water. This is not cheap real estate out here at all, by any means. So, not everyone can afford to live out on Alki Beach, obviously. But it is nice to visit, though. All right, so it's getting kind of calm, kind of quiet. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna turn back around. I want to make sure I get some of the beach for you guys, and then some of the cool restaurants and little shops or whatever it is that are coming up here. Sorry, so here we go. Also, too, I wanted to get some of the beach too before it gets too crowded with people, and I really don't want to be like, you know, filming people on the beach. It's not my thing. You know what I mean? For some people, that's okay. Not for me. I like to stick to the to the meat and potatoes of it and stay on the sidewalk and film a little bit of the beach. But yeah, I mainly focus on the shops and the restaurants, all that good stuff. That's kind of what I like. All right, I got the sun on my left here. All right. It's a good thing I got out here earlier because it is already starting to warm up. Even with it being like 3 degrees cooler, it's gonna hit like 81 today. I don't know if it's gonna get 81 out here in Alki, maybe a little bit cooler, like 77, 78. But definitely when I get back downtown, other side of the water, it's gonna be cooking. Especially like the heat coming off all the buildings and everything. You get like a breeze too when you're downtown because you're pretty close to the waterfront. But even then though, you get up like 2 or 3 blocks from the water, and the temp rises like it's pretty noticeable. Like I said, with all the heat coming off the buildings, it gets warm. And every now and then you'll go down a block and you'll feel like a draft, which is really nice, and you get to hang out for a second, cool off. All right, so I just got another text from my friend, and they're wanting to meet up a little earlier or help them out sooner. And I told them yeah, so definitely gonna cut this one a little bit shorter. But I think I'll get that half-hour mark easily, and maybe I won't walk as further down this direction on the other side like I was planning. But it's fine though. I can always come back here. There's a lot to cover, and maybe in the future I'll actually just do one take. Just do one take and start from the starting point where the ferry's at, and then walk and then come all the way down on this beach walk right here, and then cross over like I do in my other videos to the other side where all the shops are at and get every single one of them, which I should probably do, but I could easily see that video going at least an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes, because it is a pretty long walk. And if I take my time and film all the cool stuff, yeah, that could definitely happen. I don't know if you can read a sign, but the beach rules, kind of, sort of, not that big of a deal. So that looks like it might be Vashon Island over there, because maybe I can't remember, because I was on vacation just a few short months ago back in April and went to Vashon Island. And that was a nice ferry ride, so it looks like that's it. I could be wrong, but wasn't really paying attention. Anyways, it's somewhere over there on the right. But it is nice over there in Vashon Island. And they got really good pizza. This place out here called Big Mario's. I think there's like 3 locations. There's one on Capitol Hill, which is my haunt, and there's one in Burien, which I'd only been to for the first time. Like back in late May. I was hanging out with family. My bro and our dad went in there and had a couple slices of that. To me, in my opinion, that's like the best spot, the second best. The one on Vashon, according to like people who review it and talk about it, say it's actually the original, the real Big Mario's. The recipe, to me, in my opinion, also is, I think it's superior than all the other locations. Even though the Capitol Hill location is my haunt, to me it's like ranks third. So Vashon, it's probably number 1. The Burien location 2, and then Capitol Hill, even though I think it looks cooler than all of them, it's definitely, as far as the pizza goes, it's 3. It's coming in 3rd. But it's still a good spot though. Alright. I definitely want to try that Blue Moon burger place out. I'll come back to it. Yeah, so like I said, I took the ferry last time I came out here, and it's just for those who are looking to take the ferry out here to Alki from the ferry terminal on the waterfront downtown, not quite downtown, but you guys get what I'm saying, on the waterfront. It runs every hour, so that's kind of a drag. But I timed it, and I thought maybe it'd be faster if I took the ferry, and it's not, because I have to trek downtown, wait for an hour for the ferry terminal if I get lucky, or if I time it and plan for it. But even then, if you're taking public transportation, I'm not going to be driving downtown or messing around with that, and it doesn't matter anyways, because I wouldn't be doing that. But it's about the same thing from taking the Sea Line from downtown on 3rd. I think it was 3rd in Columbia. I took the Sea Line this morning, and then crossed over to West Seattle, across the bridge, and I transferred, and I took the 50, and the 50 is what got me almost directly down here to the beach, and that's just about a 5-minute walk away from the bus stop. So it's really convenient, and that took approximately 45 minutes. So that was a lot faster than taking the ferry. But it is nice, I'll say that, because you get to cross the water in a ferry and you get a nice breeze blowing and all kind of stuff. But it all kind of depends on how much time you have and if you ride public transportation or not, or if you're driving and you can, obviously take your car. I don't know if, I think you can take your car. No, hold on, it's a water taxi. Never mind, I'm sorry. I didn't take the ferry. I'm all wrong about that. Sorry, it was the water taxi I took. The water taxi runs hourly, and you cannot take your car on that. It's a small vessel compared to the full-size ferry. But yeah, like I said, it all kind of depends on, like, do you want to ride the bus? Do you want to transfer? Are you comfortable riding the bus? Some people aren't. Some people get kind of nervous and anxiety about riding the bus in the city. So it all kind of depends. Oh, look at this. Training kids. You see groups like this of like these people babysitting the kids in the city. It's in the fall, like in the rainy season. It's pretty hilarious. You saw all of them wearing like yellow rain gear, and yeah, I get a kick out every time I see it. Admiral District. 1.5 miles away. I think that's where I came from, because I passed by a Safeway and it said it was California Way in Admiral, so that might be the Admiral District. I don't know. Can't be 100% on that one. Let's see here. Bikes dismount. Another ferry over there. Got a view of the mountain range. Alright, I'm gonna cross over here real quick. Get on this side. These ladies are moving a little too slow for my pace. Oh, cool, there's an art studio up here too. The sign says Alki Beach Park, Beach and Art Studio. Huh. Yeah, I don't come out here very often. I mean, hell, like I said, it was about a year ago. Yeah, actually, coming up on it. I can't remember when that video was. I think was it July I filmed it? I don't remember. If it was like the first or second week of July. Or June, doesn't matter, but it was basically a year ago. What are we at here? So we're at 1846. Okay. Yeah, this one's gonna go a little bit longer. Coming up here, there's something called the Log House Museum. Huh. Interesting. It's definitely starting to warm up. So that fire talk is across the street over there. That's the direction I came from. That's where I got off the 50 and walked like 5 minutes to this spot right here. So it's very accessible. Got a mini Statue of Liberty over here. That's kind of cool. It's been there for a really long time. All right. Oh, they have a Ben and Jerry's out here, huh? Never knew that. You know what? I'm gonna check the water out while I'm here, just for a little bit, and then get back on track. Looks pretty clear to film right here. Oh, the shade is nice. Oh yeah, look at that. You can see the needle way over there to the left. Cool. Yeah, so that is a distance away. I mean, look at that. So where the needle's at, that's like even past that to where the ferry lands. So it is a long walk over here from over there. So yeah, definitely a 3 or 4 part series. Oh my god. All right, here we are. There's the water. It's nice. Check the steps. Do a quick little pan of the water here for you guys. And I always forget, for the life of me, I can't remember which mountain range this is, if it's the Cascades or the Olympics. And it's funny, before I opened this video, or before I started filming this video, I was gonna Google it and find out, is it Mount Rainier or the Cascades or the Olympics? And I had this conversation with a buddy of mine. Because we both always forget. We used to go shooting. We used to go shoot guns out near Mount Rainier, and then on the way there, we'd be like, "What is this? Is this the Olympics or the Cascades?" And I'm like, "I don't know." You know, back then smartphones weren't a thing, so we didn't look it up. But I have one now, and I just forgot. So, anyways, all right, there's that. Back to the sidewalk. I should just look it up and find out, because I'm curious. You know what? I'll do it later, and when I edit the video, I'll just put in the titles in the bottom of it. I'll do some little subtitles, and then yeah, we'll do it that way. I don't really feel like pausing right now to whip out my phone to check that. Alright, got some shade again. Yeah, so these benches are nice and convenient. You have that little cover right there too. So even if you come out here and it's a little bit later in the day and it's really sunny, at least you have some cover.
Probably not a great look. How much of my bacon's left?
How much of my bacon is left? It's important. Ooh, look at that. Pho and bar, Vietnamese restaurant. Sunfish Seafood since 1979. Okay. Minutes. Gary's Place, West Seattle Arcade. Cool. Oh wow, they have a Locust cider out here too. There's one downtown. I think that's what it was. Last video I did was on the waterfront, and I was talking about hitting up the harbor steps, but I ended up not doing it. I actually went back there like that following week, but I just ended up meeting up with someone and grabbing a slice of pizza at this place called Post Alley Pizza. Check these trees out, guys. These are nice. I don't know what kind of trees they are, but they look really cool. Look at the bark on them. Not the shape of them though, but like the color of the bark reminds me of the trees that I saw when I was out in Oahu, in Hawaii. Yeah, you just see these awesome tropical looking trees. They have a little more like umbrella top trees, but the bark though, I mean, it looks different and it's kind of gnarled looking. It looks like It just looks crazy looking, like a bunch of veins and everything, but it has the same color though, the bark. Yeah, so just briefly it reminded me of them, which I got to get back to. I only did like a quick couple little stops when I filmed those videos in Hawaii. It was my first time there, and honestly I didn't want to spend a bunch of time filming it. I actually just wanted to experience it. So I mean, I don't know, like, you know how it is when you guys are filming or like taking pictures, whatever, you're not really paying attention to your surroundings. You're like focused on like the shot, whatever. So like, you know, do a lot of photography and that kind of thing. And sometimes people ask me, so are you gonna take the shot? Are you gonna do that? I'm like, no, I'm focused on, like, I want to enjoy the moment, you know, experience it. And a lot of people, I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way too. Yeah, the moment you start filming, you're thinking about composition and all that kind of stuff too. But the nice thing about just these walking videos, I'm not really focused too much on composition. It's just vlogging, walking and talking, pointing out stuff, as opposed to like actually like filming a person or like something like action. I used to film and ride a lot of BMX back in the day. I think I mentioned that in previous videos. But yeah, you have to like really be paying attention. But as opposed to this is very casual, very leisure, getting some exercise in. You know, and occasionally I'll stop for some food, which I need to start doing more of that, actually filming more of the spots and you know, going into them and walking out. Maybe a brewery here or two. All right, so this is pretty much the end of like where all the shops are at. Yeah, I'm gonna call it good right here. We're not call it good, but I'm gonna cross over and then turn back around. And yeah, that's perfect. Around a 30-minute mark. So now that I know that taking the bus is probably gonna be quicker to get out here, I'll probably end up doing that. And then if my plans don't get diverted or, you know, kind of changed up a little bit, then I won't have any issues walking down to the starting point where the ferry's at, starting the video there, and then just kind of covering that part right there and then doing it in 2 parts. Yeah, that's the way to go. Oh well, you can't see it from here, guys, but that's a cruise ship over there. It's not a very good view at all, but it's like, gotta see the side of the backside of it, kind of. Starting to break a sweat here. Whew. All right, so I gotta be back at that bus stop in like 45 minutes because it takes like half an hour. It runs every half an hour, which is really crappy. That's the only thing, the downside about taking that 50, that transfer, is you just honestly, you get lucky. I could have waited 30 minutes or 9 minutes, which is exactly what I waited. It was 9 minutes, so that worked out in my favor. It's nice on this side too, get some of the shade from these houses. Oh, water plane over there. That reminds me, I still need to do that video of Gasworks Park. And I was actually over there 2 weeks ago. I had to run some errands. My brother offered to give me a ride out there, so I kicked in some gas money and bought him lunch, and we ended up hanging out in Fremont and that whole area, and somewhat of Ballard too. We did hang out in Ballard as well. But yeah, we mainly bombed around and hung around Fremont, where he used to live, which is a really cool neighborhood. And it's kind of spread out. I think I mentioned that before. So if I do that video again, it'll probably be multiple parts. That's a cool looking bar. Yeah, it's almost not like downtown where you can just walk and point the camera anywhere and there's something going on. But yeah, some neighborhoods, like even like Wallingford, it's a little bit spread out. There's certain spots out there. There's like a strip here or there, where there's a lot of cool restaurants and like some shops and stuff. But yeah, for the most part, you kind of gotta like pick up and then either drive to a few blocks down this way where there's more spots. Fremont's sort of like that, but it's a little bit more compact, and like Wallingford's sort of spread out. And there's not much as far as like bars, cool bars and stuff like that going, restaurants. There's, in my opinion, there's not that much action, or there's less action going on in Wallingford than in Fremont. I mean, in Fremont, you got the Stroll, which is a cool tourist spot. You got like the farmers market in Fremont. I don't know if there's one in Wallingford. There might be, but I've never heard of it. Maybe something to look into. But yeah, you have like the farmers market in Fremont. You have Fremont Brewing. I've been there plenty of times, and yeah, something that something that for me is just like I've had my fill. And their beer is good, but at this point, I just really don't mess with that Fremont that much anymore. Because there's like other different, I don't want to say better, that's subjective, right? There's just different beers out there that I want to try. And I've tried Fremont, and I've tried a few other beers, but yeah. Cool, we got the arcade. All right, so here's that spot I was getting close to. And I'm getting close to my starting point right here, right? I think I started, it was over by the Chupacabra.
I'm trying to figure out if that's
Yeah, I think I filmed that. Yeah, so I might backtrack a little bit just so we can get a full loop of the scene, so you guys can see where I actually started the video.
I know.
Yeah, so it was right about here. Statue of Liberty, ice cream. Happy Lemon. It's like a cool little shop. Ooh, check that out. Breakfast Euro 8 to 12, what? $5.99? Ooh. I've never heard of a breakfast Euro before. That sounds good. I'm intrigued. All right. Yeah, so this is, yeah, I think I started it just a few feet before the Chupacabra, right? I don't remember. But anyway, so yeah, this is Alki. Or just a slice of it, because I mean there's like the whole, this strip goes a pretty long way, which I think I've said too many times already. But yeah, there's some of the neighborhood over here. And Harry's Beach House. Oh, okay. Half-price wine bottles. Ooh, it's a little bougie. Keep hitting my mic. Sorry about that. It's kind of, I placed it in a weird spot on my shirt, or it's actually in my pocket, or clipped to my, I have a button-up shirt I'm wearing, so I can actually clip it to the pocket rather than on my neck. That's the thing about the mic 2. I'm sure people who have a mic 2 or Osmo Pocket 3 know that the mic 2 is kind of heavy, and they have that smaller one too. I can't remember what it's called. It's looks like a gusher. You know, the Candy's gusher's got like the octagonal shape. I don't know how to pronounce it. Anyways, it looks like that, but they're a lot lighter though. And I've seen people talk about them on YouTube about they're a lot lighter, so they're not pulling your shirt down, which is uncomfortable. I tried placing this thing on my shirt, like on the collar, and it was pulling it down. It's just really annoying. So that's why I wear a button-up shirt. I just leave it open so I don't warm it too much, and hug it to the pocket. So it's a pretty good method. It works out nice. My shirt's not flapping everywhere either because I'm wearing a bag that has a strap on it, so it keeps it kind of fastened down, which works out just fine. Get the fire truck over here. Check that out. Some kind of weird looking. Oh wow, that tugboat's pushing the barge instead of pulling it. Okay, yeah, this is where I started the video. So I'm going to check out my time frame where I'm at, see how where that bus is running out. But anyways, guys, yeah, this is Alki Beach. I'm gonna wrap the video up here, and I'm actually gonna check the time. I haven't done this before, but I'm curious what the temp is now, only because it was 3 degrees cooler out here than it was downtown Seattle. Look at that, 65. Wow. I bet when I get downtown, it's probably gonna be like 67 or 68, maybe even 69. Wow. Okay. All right, guys. If you guys like the video, this was pretty casual. Leave a comment, give it a like, subscribe if you're into this sort of thing, and I will see you guys in the next video. All right. Peace out.